1986, with no end in sight to the violence in Northern Ireland, Bob Raich began Friends Forever through his Rotary Club in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
The secret of it is that we don't get too complicated. All we're doing is taking these kids and giving them a great time and giving them the opportunity to learn a lot about each other and to like each other.
Here's how it works. 10 youths from 2 cultures live in one house for 15 days, 24/7.
The Life Raft principle came from Bob Raich, who was the founder, and what it said basically is that you don't get to know somebody until you're on a life raft with them.
It doesn't take very long for you to know the other guy very well, very soon.
Just get to know each other, and the religion isn't headlined. It's not at the top of everybody's list. It just happens to be something special about each individual person, that they happen to be a Protestant or a Catholic. That's why this program is so valuable.
And what's made Friends Forever unique the past 25 years is our insistence that these 2 weeks here is just the beginning of a full year project at home.
Since 1986, Friends Forever has served over 900 youths from Northern Ireland, but the group's work is far from over.
1998, which is when we had the peace accord, was a big deal, but although we've had peace, we haven't really had reconciliation. So you still get people living in a highly polarised society. That's to say, the majority of people live in one side or the other side.
You have people who have been at the extremes for many years and have now realised this isn't working. A lot of the young people haven't experienced it to that extent, and because of that, you have people who can come in and who can gee them up, get them going, get them more sectarian now than they've ever been, because they're now only experiencing that violence for the first time.
We were living together in a very close-knit environment, so we had to get along, but at the end of it, you know, we did all end up being really good friends.
It made me think that there are possibilities, there are things I can do. You know, I can think outside of the box and achieve things for myself outside of the tiny little world that I was living in.
In 2009, Friends Forever began to work in another global hotspot by restarting its Middle East program, working with Arab and Jewish teenagers in Israel.
The Israeli program, that's a natural place for us to grow. And seeing the impact it's made just on the 50 young people we've had the last 3 years has also gotten our board of directors and supporters and foundations interested in the work.
The Arabs and the Jews, both sides, we just make fixed impressions about each other, and we don't really know the truth.
For me, ignorance is like an enemy that we should destroy with knowledge. And here we're getting the knowledge and we're earning amazing friendships.
But that's not all that's going on with Friends Forever. In 2011, they hosted a speaker series. They also introduced their first domestic program in Manchester, New Hampshire. And Friends Forever's 25 years of service in Northern Ireland has led to the formation of Friends Forever Europe.
It gives us a chance to engage that strong cadre of alumni that we have there, which is an amazing group of people.
Friends Forever continues to move forward, recruiting quality organisations that work with amazing youth and friendship by friendship make the world a better place.
One of those organizations that it's not a lot of heavy lifting to be involved. It's a couple of weeks here or there, and you take kids out to dinner or you have them stay at your house, and everybody is so appreciative. And the kids are also great. They're so uplifting.
When I look at the next generation, I look at those kids. And I think it's important for me to make sure that I can help somebody move that puzzle closer together for the future generation.
It's sort of like building a building in which you want to get the roof on as fast as you can, but you can't get the roof on until you get the foundation, the floor, and the walls up. In terms of building a society, you need people at a local, personal level to have an understanding, to want to be able to live together. And I think that Friends Forever and groups like it are building the foundation and the walls, and the roof will come.
Just creating an atmosphere for them to get to know one another and to go back and to be a leader in their community and to say it stops here.
We all have the same problems as teenagers. We all want the same things. We all believe in the same values.
I know some people don't consider other religions, and I just hope that they realise that we're more similar than we are different.